Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Sunday to you, and welcome to today's Messages of Love from Above. Trying something different with lighting. I'm not having any lighting but natural lighting. We'll see if that helps with card focus today. But so happy to have you here. Let me bust out my desktop here, get it all set up, and we will get into things here. Give you advance warning. The pollen is very high in our area today, and I've been trying to clear out the pipes all morning. But so my apologies if you hear me clearing my throat. All right. YouTube says that we're live here. And before we get into everything, let's send some beautiful love out to the world and bring love energy into our readings. I will bring in our beautiful singing bowl for this. And whether you're watching live or on replay, we can all join together in sending this love out to the world. So if you want to take a big, deep breath with me, if I can have one, and then we'll hit the singing bowl about 3 times and have that energy go out to the world. So here we go with the first big, deep breath. Let's take one more. Let the outside world fall away for a moment. Beautiful. All right. And as we hit the singing bowl, just imagine, excuse me, that you are the bowl and that the love is just coming down, filling us up. And when we're filled, then it flows out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Excuse me, it's clearing up my sinuses here. That vibration. So beautiful. So thank you for joining me and doing that. And let's jump in here and a few things. We have a new podcast episode that did come out today for everyone. I have a podcast from chaos to cozy, where we talk all about our journey from cozy. We come down here to chaos, and then it's our journey back to cozy. So here's the episode and then the playlist too, if you want to catch up. And for all of my Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis members, you have advanced access. I put out 3 new podcasts. So we're about, 3 weeks ahead. So enjoy those if you have it. Shout out to Happy Pill. You're one of my Zen Cricket members. So hello, hello. So you can jump ahead if you want. And then, of course, we had July monthlies just come out for each individual zodiac sign. So there's the playlist for that. And if you hadn't looked at your June yet, here's the playlist for June. And all of these have the astrological Zenergy, going on with the planets during the month, the things that Spirit wanted me to point out. And so you can kind of get the, what's the surfing of the astrological energy is going to be like, so you can surf them really good, right? Excuse me. So we have all those, and then also we had the Cancer season pick a card come out. So we've got here the every month we have the sun goes into a different zodiac sign, right? Of course, this will be on the 20th, which is also the solstice. Yeah, winter, summer solstice, depending what side hemisphere you're on in the world. And so happy birthday to all you Cancer sun babies early. There is a 3-month bonus reading for all of you there, in addition to the pick a card for the rest of us. But next, on the 20th, next week on the solstice, I'll be having readings, their relationship readings for each individual zodiac sign, which are really cool. They give like the overall energy for the 3 months, like a little 1 card oracle for everyone, and then it breaks off into 3 special readings: personal reading for excuse me, single and looking, and in a relationship or married, and then the happy hermits, can't forget us, right? So we have that all coming out next week. That's why I wanted to put the Cancer season out early. So next week you can focus on those if you'd like. So those are the main things. So sorry. You never get like a frog that just doesn't want to leave. It's lily pad in your in your throat. So that's what's there. So my apologies. All right. Whoops, I don't have it set to live chat. Let me change that there. Oh, right. There we go. All right. I think that is everything there. So welcome to everyone. Welcome all my regulars. I'm so happy to have you here. You make all this possible by all your thumbs up, everyone, all your subscribers, and then all the people who make donations, my monthly YouTube channel members, and anyone that purchases any of my services. I offer a bunch of stuff. If you look in the description box, I have past life readings, relationship readings, life purpose readings. I also have hedges of peace and love, and then also what else? What else? Oh, the Wish Upon a Star Astro readings, which talk about our birthday wishes and making the most of moon stuff too. And you'll hear in the next week in the solstice readings, I'm going to have half off my relationship readings until the end of, I think like June 20th through July 20th is what I say in there. So be on the lookout for that. If you're already new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. How they work for the free readings, I do go first come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. All you do is put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading, and then I pull cards for that. Spirit knows what you're wanting or what they're wanting to bring through. So we'll pull cards that way. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step out and prioritize those readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those, and then I return back and continue down the list. I usually get through sometimes some free readings. A lot of times I'll have a lot of donations, but I definitely come back on to finish out all free readings. After this, after about 2 hours, I'll be headed off to spend some time with my praying Mantis members, which they have an hour after every one of my 5 sessions over the weekend. And then I'll usually eat, and then I'll come back. So it's usually about an hour and a half after we end. I come back on and finish out any donations I didn't get to, and then also all the free reading. So especially since this is the last day, I'm on twice on Friday, twice on Saturday, once on Sunday for all the free reading sessions. So I'll be back next Friday for that. But if you're interested in being more engaged, my YouTube channel memberships, the Zen Cricket, you get advanced access to all of my podcasts, all of my picket cards, the monthlies, my any kind of equinox or special readings that come up, my videos. And then for Wednesdays, we have a cozy chat for an hour that all my Zen Cricket level have. That's $2.99 a month, and you get all that. And then if you do the Praying Mantis, which is $7.99 a month, you get all what Zen Cricket gets. Plus Thursdays, you get a 2-hour Q&A, and then all those hours after the 5 sessions. So if you're interested, the link is down in the description box below. All right. So let's get into it. I think my throat is clearer now. I'm going to be using these Tarot of the Dragons today. I love dragons, especially Chinese dragons, but that's what we'll be using. So we have some donations. So we'll jump into these first, and then we'll head down the list here. So Supernova, you are up. Hello, hello. So it looks like you got my message. So the first 2 here will be your leftover 2 from yesterday. And then if you put your other 3 questions, then we will hit those 2. Then we got HTTPS, Christy O'Connor. Hello, hello. And then Jeep. So that's where we're at for right now. Oh, and sorry, we have a couple PayPal that came through too. So we will do that. So Angelique and and Holly. I think I saw Holly. Yep, Holly there. So I will go off the timestamps here, which so after Christy, then comes Angelique, and then Holly, and then Jeep. So that you have a couple more in front of you there, Jeep. All right. So let us jump in. So Nova, you're up first. So what do you need to know about your current situation? All right. Let's give these a shuffle. Let's take a sip of my little magic juice here. My goodness. Got some lemon juice in there too, which should help. So I'm sorry you guys have to hear all that. Hacking up. All right. So what do you need to know about your current situation, Nova? Let's take a look here. All right. So I want that and that and that. So I got 3, 2, 1. So there's a countdown to something here. But the card on the bottom of the deck here, you've got the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is about our fear, our disappointments, and the lower vibrational energies. So, they're just what you can know about your current situation is, if it feels uncomfortable, anything that feels uncomfortable is rooted in fear. That lower vibrational energy will draw us in, and that's our norm. That's what we grow up in. It's the environment we hatch into, right? But then we have an awakening, right? Which you've had. And the difference between lower vibration and higher vibration is when you're sitting in the low and when you're sitting in the high, and neither's right, neither's wrong. That's what they want you to know about the situation is, your feelings are your feelings, your thoughts are your thoughts, your energy is your energy, your actions are your actions, and you're not bound by anything. Sometimes it feels like we're imprisoned in a way by our thoughts and feelings, but we don't have to stay in that. We can choose that. That's our power. No one makes us feel a certain way. We don't have to feel a certain way or do anything a certain way. When we're done with it, we can change it. And we won't change anything until we're done with it. That's how it works, right? When our fears and those uncomfortable emotions outweigh this ugly feeling of not being our true, authentic, higher selves, till that reaches that point, we just don't feel like, you know, we don't have the courage or the energy to change it. But then at some point, we're like, I can't take it anymore. I can't stand it anymore. And then we make a change. Then um, it's like the fears don't matter anymore because this ugly feeling of not being ourselves, this restrictive, it's almost like feeling confined, that, claustrophobic. I was trying to think of the word. We can feel claustrophobic in life, like, because it's our huge self coming down, and a piece of us is fitting into this little human body, and we're like, ugh, it feels so, let me out. And that's what happens. So I feel like that's important. Let's look at the three cards here. So you got the Nine of Wands, the Sun, and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's this balancing coming in. You have the Nine of Wands, which is about feeling like there's this energetic barrier that's keeping you trapped. That's part of the feelings of things. And you got the Six of Pentacles and this excuse me, and the Sun. There it went. Finally the vibration let it loose. And that, oh my God. So there it is, the throat chakra. Makes so much sense now. Throat chakra, feeling confined, feeling limited, feeling congested, and then there's this freedom that can come. And that comes here with the Sun card coming in here. And we've got this Six of Pentacles too, which we talk about the inner child, and we talk about the Six of Pentacles and that way out of balance belief system that our inner child has about we have to do so much to deserve so little. 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back, one deserving, coin, whatever it is, right? So that is the forest field. That is the restrictive. That's what can make us feel this way, because our inner child learned growing up, usually 7 years old and younger, all the way back into the womb. I don't deserve a whole lot. I have to give so much to deserve so little. This is all I deserve, and it's convincing and transforming and embracing our inner child, to reverse those. And I know I've talked about my Take 10 was then episode 5, which is all about the Six of Pentacles. Probably you regulars are like, oh my God, I could recite that. But here is the link for it. Just in case there's someone new that doesn't know, if you feel like it's struggle of love and abundance and things coming in, like you feel like there's a forest field keeping things away from you, even though consciously you're like, I want this, but you feel like something's keeping it away. Check out that video. That'll help realize some things and allow some release to bring these forest fields down to allow things to come in. So I feel like that's important for you here. Yeah, and then you got the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is all about, there's my host. Hello. Her car's going in front of the here's the shininess. The Two of Cups is all about the relationship to your higher self, the relationship to yourself. The Three of Pentacles is about creativity, allowing your artistic flow, the being true to your authentic self. All of that, is what's important here. And it's such an important piece of your artistic flow, is that relationship to self, that relationship to higher self. Could be with relationships to others too, but it all starts, all of our relationships to the outside world, all are reflective of our relationship with ourself on the inside. And if I don't have a whole lot of self-love and self-worth, I can't have it for anyone else, because things that we can't give to ourselves, like honesty and truth, not that these are for you, but this is just for everybody. Self-esteem, self-worth, self-love, I can't give that to anyone else until I have it here, because I'm limited by that. So I like this freedom, this like the throat chakra is what to be able to voice our true selves, to be able to, and if you hold out your arms, it's at our throat chakra too. So it's not just about voice, but it's about actions that you can feel like you're free to do these actions authentically, right? And then you have, yeah, Ace of Wands. So the 3, 2, 1, the Ace of Wands is kaboom! You stepping into your power, into your energy, into your passion, into this expression. And this allows this energy to flow, and it allows action to happen, to come in here. So I feel like that's what they want you to know about your current situation. There's a, you even have the Moon card on the under the bottom, and the Queen of Cups. Yeah. So underneath the Three of Swords, you do have the Moon card and the Queen of Cups, which is like the High Priestess. So both of these are about deep emotions, deep subconscious things that are below the surface here with that sun. So it's important for you to know that whatever you think you're seeing in the outside world is through those visions of those experiences, and that we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. So as you look into those things with the inner child and understand, their viewpoints and how they look at things, then that's what, changes the outside world. Because we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. So, all right. I know we went deep into that, but I feel like that was for everybody. All right. So that was number one there, Nova. And then number two is, will you make it through this difficult time that you're going through? Okay. Yeah, especially with everything that we just mentioned. If you take that to heart, that definitely will help, for sure. Let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you make it through? And what else? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you've got here the bottom of the deck. You've got the major arcana 5 of the Hierophant. You also have the 5 of Swords, which is a battle between your head and your heart on the inside. And one of your first cards, again, you got 3, 2, 1. So there's this 3, 2, 1 countdown. They're like, just take a deep breath. It's resolving, right? But one of your 3 cards is the 5 of Cups, which is transformation of emotion. The 5 of Swords is transformation of thought and belief, movement of it. And the Hierophant is the number 5. It's your higher self and your soul having you take a look from a higher perspective, from the capital T truths, looking in and seeing things differently, seeing this, flow that comes in, this change of things that comes in. So I like that for you, all these change, and it just makes you realize that all of this is about, this opportunity to see things. Because if you look at all odd numbers in the tarot, even numbers are flow. Like if you have an 8, you have 4 on one side and 4 on the other. There's this beautiful flow in the middle. You look like a 9, a 7, a 5, there's something in the middle, 2, and then boom for the 5s, which is there's something being brought to your face for you. And when we realize that this, whatever situations that we're going through is not happening to us, but that we've chosen to have this happen for us, then we have this transformation and this change that happens. Because the other 2 cards you have is the 4 of Wands, which is joy and energetic stability. And you have the Chariot, the power of choice. And so with what we're going through, you do have the ability, everything that's going on, whatever energy you focus on, if you focus on that joy and that celebration, look at that, if we step out of the lower vibration into the higher vibration and go, all right, so I'm learning through this. So if I don't see it in this moment that I've learned something through this, I will, when I journal, right? Journal queen that you are. When I journal later and look back, then I'll be like, oh, okay, I see why. Okay, I get it. I learned through this. And it's, obstacles are brought to us, not to, this will slow them down, that our spiritual team and our soul and everything are all about growth. And we're like, okay, I'm ready for more growth. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a challenging situation come up for us to look at and go, because we don't need to become anyone new. What we do is we learn the obstacles we've put between us and realizing who we are with all these fears and everything that we've learned through our life as we've been growing up as this human, right? And it's like removing the blinds from our eyes. And so in situations where things come up, like the fives, it's like here, it's like a hand of a five, right? Hi, I'm ready to be dealt with. You're like, oh, really? I couldn't tell. And so there is that, kind of energy that comes in here. And you do have the King of Wands and the Four of Cups next with your two cards. Four of Cups is emotional stability. And then the King of Wands is all about this, empowerment, choosing where I'm focusing my energy, what I'm going to do. I'm taking control, power, claiming my place on my energetic throne, not just kind of, so, we're kind of taught just, oh, our everything's determined by the outside world, right? Not our power of choice. So we feel like we're at the whim of the outside world and we go wherever it tells us, right? And we feel like we're puppets to events that are happening in the outside world. But when we realize we're the ones in power of our lives, every moment we make a choice, right? Lower vibration, higher vibration of the story that is in here, whatever the outside world stuff just is, where it gets a story or a tint, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. It's based on these thoughts and these beliefs and these stories. So I choose the story, what it means. I choose the emotion, what I want to feel. I choose the energy I'm putting out and attracting, right? Like attracts like, and I choose my physical actions. No one can hurt me. No one can make me do anything I don't want to do. No one can make me feel or think or do anything I don't want to do. We just took a lot of stuff on growing up as children, and this is what we weed through it, right? And going, nope, don't want that, don't want that. Okay, yeah, I want to keep that. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. And we're sorting through our beliefs and our power and changing our habit on what we want to think and feel and all that. Your last card is the Eight of Wands, which is movement. And so this is a positive, here's that flow, the energy flows in great ways. And it also represents messages from spirit. So you're surrounded by a great support group. No matter what happens around you, you are so supported by a massive group of beings of unconditional love and light. All you have to do is ask them for help too. Sometimes I always loved that saying one of the most powerful prayers to creator in the universe and all our angels and all of these guides and everything else is help. So that's it doesn't have to be elaborate and detailed or whatever. Sometimes it's just reaching out with your heart saying help, and they will be there. So hang in there, my dear. We're sending you lots of love and light right now. And I don't see any other of your questions yet. So you do have three more. So I will take a print screen of these or a screenshot. I always say print screen. It's the olden days. So I'll keep looking, and as soon as you put those, we'll prioritize those and bounce to those. All right. So many blessings, my dear. And thank you again for your multiple donations. All right. And then HTTPS. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation, little brother. So let's give that a love and a like. And messages from your spirit team. All right. All right, there it goes. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, very good. Oh, you're welcome for your reading yesterday. Oh, working from home made you crack. All right, let's see what your spirit team wants you to know right now. And when I got to be work from home, I was so happy because I'm a huge introvert. And I was turning into a cranky old man, people being loud around me, and I'm like, give him a dirty look. So not me. I would be like, hello, move along. This isn't the break room. So it was nice. I could have my incense and music playing low in the background. It was nice. But I didn't thrive for social activity. All right. So you got the 9 of wands coming in here. Speaking of hermit energy, the number 9, but this is about stepping into your power, and I feel like I'm seeing a giant wall of fire that is falling down where, it's like these on fire things are like they're burning down, which are opening up these pathways to move forward. And I like that. It's like almost like a fire gate is opening up, and then there's this path that goes forward, kind of like Wizard of Oz and the yellow brick road that you can see it wind off into the distance into this emerald city that's off in the distance. Let's see what this is. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. What is that? How he's carrying here? Oh, so he's carrying it. I love the different interpretations. So the Knight of Cups, they're carrying an Ace of Cups. Usually it has like a fish in it, I think. But there's a seal, and then here's a polar bear that would love to get at that seal because they like to num 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 them. That's their appetizer or their meal. But I like this movement of emotion. I like this quest for your heart, for your passion, for this feeling of fullness and happiness and heightened, expanded joy and emotion and love, especially self love. Ace of Cups is self love. And of course, all our love is reflective of here. But I like this quest of pursuing it. I just feels like, again, that Emerald City is like there's this oh yeah, like who was it that wanted a heart? Scarecrow wanted a brain. The Tin Man, right? Wanted a heart because the lion wanted courage. Yeah. So it was the Tin Man. They wanted a heart because they were made of tin. And I feel like that's the kind of journey that's coming in here. That's interesting. And then you have the 9 of Swords. So here's some more nines, more hermity type of reflection that's going on here too. This is about grasping the Ace of Swords. And I like how they interpret this because here's all these shadows. You can see the little dragon has his eyes closed. It's the Nightmare and Insomnia card. But it is this facing these fears, facing them, going, I see them on the wall and they're not real. And so there's this release, this, you know, and that is that, the courage. So it's like, hey, maybe you're getting here's the Tin Man, here's the lion, finding the courage to go past these fears, to go forward on this journey. And of course, before we look at these other ones here, you do have 3. So I wonder if this other one is like wanting something to do with the brain, right? The knowledge, higher knowledge, because that's the Scarecrow. But they all found when the whole story of the Wizard of Oz, right? What Dorothy was looking for, what all of the 3 characters were for, they had it within them all along. They weren't going to get it from the wizard because it was already here. They just needed to go on the journey and the adventure to discover that I had everything I needed inside me already, you know? It's like magician energy. So I feel like there is this, that's coming in here. Well, here's the 10 of swords. I was thinking swords. So here is the higher knowledge, letting the old knowledge go. So you do. It's the story of the Wizard of Oz that unfolded right before our eyes. We've got, you're on the journey for finding your heart, finding your courage, finding your higher knowledge, and what Dorothy was trying to find and trying to get back home, right? And having the magic to get back to where she felt, to be with her loved ones. So I love this. Let's see what these last two cards are. Yeah, you got the moon and the chariot. Powerful energy coming in. So the moon card, of course, is all about Mother Luna and connecting to the higher realms. And the chariot is all about power of choice and whatever we're choosing to see in each moment. So I like this. There's this emergence coming from within the moon. Again, there's all of this, basic message saying that you've got everything that you need inside of you already. It's just a matter of finding it on this journey that you're on, this wonderful, wonderful journey, following the yellow brick road to face the wicked witch of the west and the flying monkeys and the falling asleep in the poppy fields, and you're supported by the Lollipop Guild and, Glenda the Good Witch. You got all this support through all this journey, but you are, the pathways opening up. All you have to do is look within and allow this to come forward and step into that power, realizing you get to choose. There's no wrong choice, just different choices with different experiences. Not wrong or right, just different. And you get to choose. So I like that freedom that comes in with that. And if you haven't watched The Wizard of Oz before or in a long time, maybe it's time to put it on and have a Wizard of Oz night. So that's what they have for you, HTTPS. I love it. I'm going to be having you know, the famous song, of course, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Beautiful, beautiful energies. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, my little brother. So many blessings to you. All right. And Supernova, hello, hello. All right, so there's number 3. So let's jump down to that, and then we'll come back to Christy. All right. So what messages do you need to hear right now? All right. I feel like these prism colored oracle are wanting to be heard. Let me just put these over here. Anyway. Yeah, welcome back. I did already your first 2 at the beginning. So if you want to catch those, if you haven't heard those already. All right. So what do you need to know right now? Absolutely. We're sending you lots of love. All right. Well, yeah. So perfect for you here. You got comfort. Let me just try to get it a little better here. There we go. Very glossy. They're giving you flowers. Very pink, calming. Let me find that in here. Where's the pinks? Over here. Here it is. Yeah. So I thought like the first you're wearing pink. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. You are seeing they're around you. So your number 1 and number 2 question, I assumed those were from the previous 2. So you have 3 more for this one. So number 3 is actually your first donation here. So you have 2 more to ask here is kind of what I did. A lot of pink. So when comfort comes up in a reading, it signals that you may need to invite some more self care and comfort into your life. A great way to do this is through nourishing your spirit or higher self. This can be something as simple as cleaning out your home, rearranging your space in order to invite in clear and comforting energy. Can also mean taking the time to prepare yourself a meal that your body has been craving. Whatever it is, do it with ease and give your nervous system the gentle break that it needs. Yeah, be gentle with yourself and allow that comfort. Clear your space. I'm not kind of screw cleaning. Can be just rearranging something, doesn't need to mean like vacuuming and all that, but it's like organizing even a little space in your room. Um, Even making space for a little altar where you can have some sort of representation of water, some sort of representation of fire, of air, of earth, and allow that to be, this little, you know, um, place to connect with your higher self, like it's saying, with spirit, with Mother Earth. Let it be a representation of your connection with spirit. Take a big deep breath. I can feel you're in lower vibrational energy, and that's okay. But just try to take a big deep breath and just breathe in love from above and exhale out the, lower vibrational, darker. Just keep breathing in and exhale. And just take your attention higher. Let out the lower, higher. Let out the lower. Let your breathing be kind of a meditation in the moment. So what else they want to know about this comfort here? And when you're ready, you can put your other two questions and I'll jump down to them. No rush on them. Just do what you need to do. All right. Yeah. And with all this comfort, this is the Knight of Pentacles, which is this journey and, this, they're in a pursuit here. Just see, did that come through okay? Kind of. But this is the pursuit, the knight who's after the Ace of Pentacles, which is about looking at their worth in relationship to the world in a different way. Knowing that when we, of course, search and go on the quest in the outside world, we don't find it. We eventually come back and go inward and upward and go, well, there it is. We're told it's out there, but we go on the adventure to come back and go, oh, here it is. And we are able to find that. Yeah. So you have the sun and the two of wands, with the comfort, it's like being aware of your energy. Whatever you focus on with your energy and attention is what grows. So, sometimes it just takes, it's like if you ever been like laying in bed and you're just like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. Oh, I don't want to get up. But you're like, you know what? It's time for me to get up. So on the count of three, I'm going to just, grab all the energy I have inside just to sit up, right? And sometimes we're in that space, right? But we're like 1, 2, 3, and then I sit up. And then once you sit up, you're like, all right, so here is the next thing. Okay, now I'm going to stand up and I'm just, okay, here we go. It was just that sometimes it just takes that little ignition to happen to get things going, right? And yeah, lower vibration is exhausting. It's like walking around in heavy gravity instead of floating in light gravity, right? Yeah. So you have this balancing energy that's coming in here. You got the temperance and the justice card, the scales and the going back and forth between the two cups here. And I do see here you're balancing between your fears and joy and celebration, right? We do have, it's the exact opposites. There's something that feels very low and heavy because it's like imprisonment, right? It's like that, but then we have the 10 of cups is like the aurora borealis. It's beautiful. It's, one's in a cave and trapped with that 9 of swords, and the other one's outside looking at space and the expansiveness. So, yeah, yeah. So it's time to, take those actions, take the things we've talked about, and definitely, if you haven't looked into the counseling, that's coming back in here too. Yeah, and here's that Ace of Wands. You got the earlier reading, you got one of these too. So, here's the taking the action and taking that, the steps forward with all of that. It's like there's things bubbling and drying, um, drawing under, and so it's, making it a priority, because if it's a cycle that keeps happening where we're drawn lower and lower and lower, and it's difficult for us to, it just means there's some chains that are holding us down, that, wonderful, the appointed counselor that is coming and appointed for you for this lifetime in this journey is going to be able to give you wonderful tools to be able to, head forward and do that. So, yeah. Yeah. And it's okay to give up not this life, because you have, so much that you want to do. And Kurt will kick your bohiney if you do that, because that's what he did in this lifetime. And he's like, hell no. Supernova, no. But we can release and surrender and go, all right, I'm letting all this stuff go. I'm not going to worry about anything. My only one priority is I'm going to get into counseling, and then do that. Right. So I like that. I'm glad that you won't, because the world is much brighter having a supernova in it than not. We need you. So please don't go anywhere. And I know, because I almost ended my life in when I was 22, which was 35 years ago. Wow. But when I, when I felt spirit drop into my room and they were like, no, then later when I would, it all happens to every human. Every human has felt like this life is too much. Let me out of here. But when we look at it and we're like, because it's our fears that take us there, the fear of failure, the fear of not being enough, and all those delicious things we come here to experience. But when we realize, what's the worst thing that could happen? I could die. Well, I'm going to take my life anyway. So why don't I just see how it plays out? I could always take my I know that sounds bad. I can always take my life later if I don't like it, but I can give it a try, and that's all it takes sometimes, is just another moment. Just another moment. Just another moment. And then just another moment. And then things transform and things change. So it's like it's just hang on just another moment. Nothing in this world is permanent. Things transform, and eventually we do die. I'm like, I'll hang out and see it how it is. And here it is, 35 years later, and I'm so glad that I didn't, and that spirit stepped in, and they were like, nah, let's not do that. Okay, okay. So yeah, okay, good. Hang out for a little while longer. Things will change. All right. And then number 4, what do you need to know from your spirit guides? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what else. Surprised the camera's still so bright, because there's clouds coming in and it's getting very dark in here, but on camera I'm still kind of glowing. Oh, see, okay. It did get darker. I might have to put on a light here in a minute, depending on if those clouds are going to hang out here. All right. So we do have here, yeah, I figured here, yeah, you got your Hierophant again, got the Hierophant and the Hanged Man with the Page of Pentacles. So you have the Hierophant and the Hanged Man here. So this is your higher self calling you to this higher place. The hangman is hanging up from a higher place and allowing the transformation, giving the time. I like this, the patience, holding on. That was creepy. I know it was like suddenly it's like it adjusted. And then you've got the Page of Pentacles with all that too. And the Page of Pentacles is, wait for these new opportunities. There is going to be changes and new opportunities and alterations that happen in your outside world. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah, so you got the Devil card, which is all about the shaking and the rattling and, of the cages. And your earlier reading about the fives and with all this stuff coming up, it's just, this shaking and this rattling of your life that's allowing you to see things, to release them, and you have the strength to get through them. And so just, allow yourself to journal and look at those things, and like it said, take care of your body, make sure you're eating right, make sure you're comforting yourself and doing those things. And it's just focus on this moment. What do I need in this moment? I need nutrition, I need water, I need rest, I need to express, get some stuff on paper. It's that kind of energy that's coming in here. Yeah, here's that so this is the Five of Swords that you got earlier. So this is them reiterating here with the Devil card that it is, see, the sun's out again. That's it, that's like our lives. We have clouds come in and they go away, and they clouds come in and they go away. And so just trust that the sun will come out and the lights will change here too. And we've got this energy. We also have the solstice next week. So you're going into winter where you're at. So, there is this, you're very sensitive to the planetary energies. So maybe, like I said, really think about gathering and creating a little altar with all the four elements on it. And even if it has to be outside somewhere, and, it's like this, do a little solstice um, ritual of, surrendering, because it is about endings and beginnings. It's the end of one season, the beginning of another, especially, southern hemisphere is going into winter, so we're tipping towards the sun. We're about to have our longest day of the year, and you're about to have the shortest day of the year for where you're at. And then you'll start, that's the immediate, you know the solstices are, the tipping points. And as soon as we hit one, we're like, because we're going, what? And then we're like, we hit a solstice, we're like, all right, nah, that's when we start going back here. Each solstice is when we hit it and we're going here. And the equinoxes is when we're equal and we feel balanced. So you feel out of balance when we're in the solstices because we're leaning towards and away from the sun. Yeah, you're emotionally impacted by the moons and the astrological events. So because you're such have a huge heart, that your emotions just, it's, you're very um aware of them, or not so much influence, but it just paints the energy around you with all that. So you feel things very deeply. That's what these other cards are here too. So you've got the Nine of Swords, the Tower, and the Ace of Wands. So here we go with all this again. So you have the Nine of Swords. So they're telling you, don't worry. Here's the cave, and then the Tower comes and what's no longer serving you will be removed, and then this energy will come in here too. So yeah, you are hella sensitive. And then the hidden thing on the bottom is the 10 of wands, because they had 3 cards, and then this card, I thought there was only 3, but then this one was all peekaboo. The 10 of wands this is how it can feel like you're carrying this burden, like there's all this energy that you're feeling and experiencing. Um, and so you're carrying all this energy, and it's about releasing, right? It's this ending of this energy of everything is important and urgent. And that's where a burden comes in, when we realize we don't have to do everything. And it's like creating 3 buckets for your life of what's important and urgent, truly important, not been told all this stuff is important. It's like, okay, what is important to me and urgent for me? That goes in this box. So finding a counselor, number 1, right? Because they keep pushing that. And then there's things that are important but not urgent, things that we can put off to another day. And it's like, okay, well, those are important. So those are in the second bucket. And then there's things that are urgent. They're like, me, pay attention to me, but they're not important. And those can go in the third bucket, not even give any attention to them. They'll either disappear and evaporate or take care of themselves. And we don't need, especially when we don't have the energy for it, we focus on what we're investing our energy in and where we're investing our energy. And so that's important. That's where this 10 of wands to the ace of wands comes in, because I really look at where I'm investing my energy. And then instead of having all this stuff, then I get down to this bucket and I'm like, all right, I'm just focusing on this, right? So I like that. Yeah. So definitely prioritize those things in the page of wands. And so this is the focusing on the priorities. You got all this energy, and it's like, yeah, you only have so much energy. So use it to focus on the most important and the truly important, truly urgent things. Again, it's like the tools and the transformation happens with this counselor. So it's important for you to find that and make that a priority. They don't hide, you know. They're out there. They're ready, right? So we just have to make sure it's us that's, uh, heading towards that. All right. So that's what they have for you for that one. That's from your spirit guides. And then, of course, Kurt. Let's see. I don't think I have. I wanted to. Um, I don't have any other oracle besides that Prism oracle. But I do have some down here. Let's see. What is this? Fairy Wisdom Oracle. It's funny. He's just like, reach back here, grab down there. So let's see what they have to say. What kind of wisdom they want to bring in here. All right. Yeah, Kurt's showing me like there's like a fairy. This is the book that we'll read from, but there's like a fairy with wings that has a chain around them that's where they can't fly, and this um counselor's like a locksmith that's going to come in and help you unlock it's like, I need a locksmith, I can't break out of this. Like, all right, they're on their way. So I feel like that is what that will be. Yeah, and see what they come in your dreams and show you as well. Yeah. Annie the Anvil. Yeah, so you definitely need the lightness to come. You do, or like a ball and chain, right? Where the fairy can't fly. Yeah, and here's the fire. So all that fire and all that energy we're talking about. So here we go. Here's a phoenix fairy. I love it. Rising from the ashes. Number 42. So let's take a look here. It's kind of curdy, sassy curdy. Let's see what they got here. The key word, passion. Fairies are passionate about everything. We could take a few lessons from their playbook on how to live life. When you think of the word passion, your first thoughts might be those of romance. Here, when we talk of passion, we're talking in terms of enthusiasm. It is time to fire up your passion. What is it that would motivate you to jump from bed in the morning and eagerly face a new day? Shut up. That's exactly the example that they gave me earlier. So think about the things that interest you the most and be creative with those thoughts. How can you turn your passion into something that rewards you financially in life? When you find that thing that you most love to do, the universe will work with you to help you receive needed support. Needed support. You must trust enough to allow this to happen. Be selective about what it is you want. Desires such as, I want to sleep all day and do nothing, don't generally pan out too well. Sassy Kurt. Be realistic and think things through clearly. Then apply all your zeal to your goal and make it happen. Do not be dissuaded if it takes time to find your passion or if it takes time to see results. Everything happens in perfect divine timing. A chant that comes with that is, I wake with happy anticipation at the beginning of each day. I retire each night to the anticipation of another day. Nothing is too good to be true. My desires in life are directed by divinity. So be it. And then his last uh, recommendation to you is set a goal today! Exclamation point. So become the dragon, the fiery dragon of enthusiasm, and let that fire energy that you have allow you to have that focus, and but put it to action. Put it to action. Yeah, but definitely make your top priority number one. Find magical counselor, and you'll find them. Right, my dear. So, sending you much love. Get some rest, sleep. I feel like Kurt's going to come visit you in your dreams, probably as a phoenix dragon. Put some fire under your butt. So he cares about you. Again, remember your past life connection with him, where he is like, turnabout is fair play. You were sassy with me when he's saying when you were his spirit guide in another life. So he goes, so don't even. I'm gonna zap your butt. So I like that. So hang in there, my dear. Get some rest, and if you need anything, of course, you got my email. So hang in there. All right. So many blessings. All right, and thank you for all your donations as well. All right. So we did do all those. Let me remove that out of my little queue there. There we go. All right. I love all those messages. And you're not alone, trust me, we've all been in very dark places, so you are strong enough. All right. And whoever else those messages resonated for, spirit can speak to many of us all at the same time. So anyone else that was listening, if those resonated, those were messages for you too. All right. So we did that. So Christy O'Connor, we are to you. And then we'll be over to Angelique, and then Holly, and then to Jeep, just to give everyone a heads up here. And then Brenda, hey. And then Anna, hello. Shout out to one of my praying Mantis members. Hello, good to see you. All right. So here we go. So Christy, behind the scenes sticker. Thank you for your donation there. And let's see here. Oh, it's up here. General, hugs and blessings to you too. All right. So let me give these a shuffle. I'm just going to take a sip of my magical juice. It has beet juice and red carrots and what else do they have? Echinacea and something or other, and beet juice. And then I add lemon juice to it too. So it's all, body just loves it. All right, there we go, Christy. Here's your reading. Boom, boom, boom. Cards are starting to fly out. Okay. And that one, and that one, and that one. My goodness. All right. So what's going on here? You have something that's happening here. So we got those, and those are together, and these are together. You got like 1, 1, 1, 2, 4. So it's like things are kind of just feel like they're just kind of going and going and going, and all of a sudden they go boom, boom, and they just make these leaps. So you got this coming forward here. We'll see what this is about. You got the Judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place in your life, seeing things from a higher perspective. And the Page of Pentacles underneath that. So there is this, they are drawing you to some new opportunity, an upgraded opportunity in the outside world. You've got the 10 of Swords as your first card that came out. Those two were in the bottom of the deck. This is the underlying energies. And the 10 of Swords is about leaving behind. This dragon ain't dead. They're just so tired and exhausted trying to live up to everyone's expectations and all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And so there's this freedom that comes with the 10 of Swords because it's like, I'm done. Forget it. I'm going to be me. And it's releasing all of those to have them fall away. So I like that. You also have, the King of Wands. So King of Wands also represents your higher self. It's the highest spiritual energy that we can experience in human form. And they also are like this fiery Aries energy of the Emperor, which is, I'm deciding what I want. All these advisors telling us, blah, 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 these 10 of Swords, you're supposed to, you should, blah, blah. And like, thank you, everyone. You can clear the throne room. I'm about to make decisions for my empire, what I want, putting together a plan and taking action toward it. So here we go. This calling, this awareness, you're deciding, and it's like your higher self is interacting with you to help you see and gain clarity about what is it I truly want to do with my life? Who do I want to be in this lifetime? What else do I want to experience? And you got the 9 of Swords. So yeah, here's the stepping past the fears, the illusions of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. Sorry, there's a lot of glare coming in my window right now. You can see the little um so there is this spotlight, and that's funny because there's this little solar panel on the neighbor's. It's like a little one that they kind of put up there, and exactly where they put it at this time of year, where the sun hits, it shines in my window for about 15 minutes. And so here's that spotlight. They're shining on a place of your life to show you which is the most conducive way to go. Yeah, yeah. And you're ready for it. You got the Emperor card coming in, which I was just talking about. And then you have the Fool card, which is about leaping off and starting a new adventure. That comes in too. I just love that they're guiding you through it here. You can kind of see the again, the spotlight that comes in here. But the full card, the Emperor is, I'm deciding I'm going to move forward. This is what we're going to do. But the full card is like, it's the first card in the major arcana. It's leaving behind the old cycles, the old ways of looking at things, and we move forward in this, you know, uh, something that's free of all these restrictions, all these small t truths of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be that comes in. And it's like a child that sees the world full of possibilities. Nothing can stop you except for this thing here, right? And then it's like that's like a leap, and that's the full card is I'm taking a leap into something new, and then you leap even higher into the up to the 4 steps here, and let's see what we have here. Yeah. So you have the sun card, which is victory and here, light shining for you, and it's the light shines, just as I was saying, that they will highlight and you will have light shown on different areas of your life to guide you in the direction here. You have the King of Cups, which is the balance between the heart and the mind, which allows you this, I like how it's just blinking on there, but it allows you this not making choices by your brain, but allowing your heart to have a seat at the table to guide you forward. The brain is very, I mean, if we can get the brain to allow the heart, and it's actually us, the brain doesn't have permission. It's like we're like, hey, the heart has a seat at the table now. And the brain's like, whoa, okay. This is new, and it's like, it's all right. But they have 52% of the stock, you only have 48. So they have, the rights. You listen to them and you make what they want come true. That's what our brain does. All right, fine. I just want something to do. If they're the one leading, let's go. And so the heart will lead. And that's, oh my gosh, you got both the Sire of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. And so the king rolls over cups with the queen, but he gets a second portion of air. That's the balancing of the head and the heart, right? Well, the Queen of Swords rolls over the swords with the king, but that's air, right? Thinking. But all the queens get a portion of cups. They're divine counterparts too. So there is this energy of stepping into your divine masculine, divine feminine. And if you're looking for partnership, this is about compatibility of someone, very compatible. It fits like a glove is also in your midst. And you have the tower too. So they're letting you know that there will be some things that will be removed out of your life to make space for you to move forward in here. So here we go. I'm excited for this adventure that's coming your way here. So that is what they have for you right now, Christy. So hopefully that helps with your journey. And again, thank you for your donation and many blessings to you. All right. Excuse me. All right. More juice clearing in my sinuses here. So sorry. All right. So Angelique, you are up. So thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that via Z PayPal. And you'd like a love reading here. Yeah, there it is. All right. You're a Virgo and you just met a Pisces. Wow. Fully interested in you as it seems. You feel there might be an obstacle. What would it be? Possible outcome. All right. Can't believe Virgo is thinking about all that stuff. I know I'm a air sign. Virgos kind of act like air signs because they're ruled by Mercury, so they get a lot about their thinking and communicating and stuff. So I understand. So let's take a look here. Let's just see what energy they want you to know first here for the love reading. All right, and then you wanted to know here about obstacles and then a possible outcome. So that was next. So based on current energies. All right. All right. So the bottom of the deck here, you do have the Seven of Wands coming in here. The Seven of Wands, get it to you where it's not so bright. There you go. So it is about being seen and being, up on a hill and shining bright and not dimming your light. So I feel like just through this interaction with this Pisces, it's really being reinforced for you not to try to be anybody that you're not. You don't need to dim your light. You don't have to ask permission to shine and be who you are. And you don't need to shrink and try to be who you think they think that you think that they think that you think that they think you should be. We get caught up in all that, right? It's like, oh, well, if I'm not what they want, then they'll leave. And it's like, well, that's good. If I'm not what they want, I want them to leave because I'm not going to pretend to be someone I'm not. And this is good. I like this overall energy. They're saying, just be you. Problem solved. But you got 3, 2, and 2 cards. So let's take a look at your 3 cards. This was the overall love reading. Let's see what they have here. All right. Okay. Yeah. So the barrier that you feel is there, the obstacle with this 9 of Wands, this is something that you can get through. The barrier is coming from you and your inner child. You have the page of wands, not page of swords, which is showing that you do, this is this. Let me see if I can get him here. The 9 of wands, they're grasping their ace of wands there, which used to be one of the bars that was keeping them from going through. But when you take with that page of wands, when you take your power, that opens up this, oh, I can slide right through. So the barrier is here with the inner child. And, we have the 8 of cups, which shows that there's just some emotions below the surface that can be released, um, that with the inner child, because it's your inner child that has charged emotions that is putting up these barriers going, no, 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 we don't deserve that. And so if you hadn't checked out, I posted a little earlier, it's the 6 of Pentacles. Actually, you can, oh yeah, I feel like just the 6 of Pentacles, which isn't the card that came out, but it is the energy that they're wanting to share. Here's the link to it. And that whenever we feel like there's a barrier in a force field, it's our little inner child keeping hatch marks on this way out of balance, giving and receiving that they learned when they were younger. I have to give so much to deserve so little. And it's like, no, no, you don't deserve that yet. You're only up to 777. You still have 223, I think is the math, to go to get to the 1,000, where I will temporarily let that shield down. That'll come in. And then, oh, we're back to 0. Got to earn stuff again. But when we get into and transform these charged emotions, which we talk about in that video, there's this it becomes 1 to 1,000 down to 1 to 1, and then these force fields drop, and the inner child's like, thank God I got tired of counting to 1,000 all this time. And so there's this relief that comes in. So definitely, the 8 of cups is about leaving behind emotions that don't serve anymore. And that just helps on your side drop that. They might have a little bit of that on their side too. Though Pisces swim in the emotions. And so they're used to swimming through their emotions. They don't impact them as much because they're used to, a fish is like, I don't drown. I don't drown in emotion. I swim in it. You're like, oh, well, nice for you, But so I like that for you. Your second question was, oops, I lost it because I highlighted that other thing. Okay. So they brought up kind of the answer, but let's look here at the obstacles too here. Yeah. So this confirms it here. You got the 2 of swords. This is the battling between the head and the heart, and the high priestess that comes in here too, which is all about, the high priestess steps away into her high priestess temple, connects to the up above, looks behind the veil, dives deep into the emotions, and transforms it. And that's where the struggle is with the 2 of swords, because the 2 of swords tells us Close your mind, get out of your head and into your heart. And then that's where the release of the obstacles is done. It's like, all right, I do deserve this. And the high priestess, Pisces energy. And then your last thing that you're asking is, oh, possible outcome. Yeah. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So you got the Eight of Swords, which can make us feel like we're imprisoned in our thoughts and beliefs. But the Eight of Swords is a great card because it's about flow of mindset, which is like becoming aware of what of my own mindsets have made me feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted, and I'm being freed from that, and then it allows a flow that comes in, and we have the Three of Pentacles, which is about creativity and being true to your authentic self. So we're coming back to this, the energy of with the Seven of Wands. It's gonna like reiterated that it's all about being true to you and not fearing about I'm not going to be good enough. So when we pick up our inner child and we, resolve that out of balance, giving and receiving, then we kind of stay out of codependent relationships and where we feel we have to overgive to deserve very little. We become equal giving and receiving. And, you know, being a recovering enabler in codependent relationships of the past, we realize that, when we have this overgiving mentality, we overgive and give and give until we're exhausted. We give until continue to give till we're resentful. And the relationships we get into start off as adults, quickly transform into parent child. And you deserve to be in a relationship with a parent, not force them into being a child in our lives. So I like all this for you, but be sure to check out that video. I think that will also help there. All right. So that's what they have for you there, Angelique. So many blessings to you. Let me just put these cards back in here. All right, very good. All right. And sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So, hey, Christy. Glad that was good. You're very welcome, Angelique. You have Aquarius and Gemini in your chart. Oh, well, there you go. A lot of thinking. Oh, my goodness. All right. So very cool. All right. And then Holly, hello, hello. Thanks for hanging out here and thank you for your donation via the PayPal. And let me just move that out of the way here. All right. Hello, hello. So just a general, not just like you just like a general reading. All right. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. Good to see you. Get some new energy in here. Gonna take a sip of my coffee here too. All right. Yeah, right. That's right. It's always perfect timing, right? Let's see what Spirit has for you. Well, okay. So they want all of those, but that one kind of comes after. All right. Okay. Okay, all those are three are together. All right, I get you. I get you. Okay. So, the bottom of the deck, and you got the Ten of Swords here too. I like all this here because you got the Devil card, which is Saturn, Capricorn energy, shake, shake, rattle, 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 and the Ten of Swords. Both of these cards represent our beliefs, our thinking, and it's what a great combination because the Ten of Swords is cutting away these old belief systems that I have. And like, Saturn return, wherever Saturn was in our birth chart when we're born, it takes 28 to 29 years, Earth years, for it to completely come back around. And that's called our Saturn return, which is when Saturn challenges all these beliefs that we were fed growing up and going, is this really what you want? Why do you believe that? What are you thinking about that? Is that what you want to continue to believe? And 28 and 29 is the climax of it. But 5 years before, 5 years after ish, because it's so far out in the orbit, it can impact us energetically. And so you might, like from ages 23 to 33, that 10-year period is pretty like a big time where we have big changes, big things that unfold, things that, um, transform and been there. So it's really, um, a time. And then we have it again between like ages 53 and 63. And then again later, yeah, it's still happening, right? Yeah, and it's okay because what happens is that um we can have like still this energy depending on where Saturn is in our chart and where it's impacting us. It can still give us a little bit of a little mini Saturn returns where we have little periods where they're like, by the way, here, look at this. And we're like, whoa, okay. And I feel like that's what's going through right now is that you're allowing some things to fall away. You did a lot during that period. Whatever we don't deal with, we just continue to experience and work on. What's great about your second Saturn return, just to bring some nice hope and light into your life, is that our first Saturn return, we were the ones experiencing everything personally. The second one, we learned by watching other people go through things. so, so we're like in the audience eating popcorn. Oh, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see what all these other cards are here because you got a bunch. Yeah, so you have the Knight of Pentacles, which has been the quest of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And and it feels like it's been slow process. This is what this other one is. Oh yeah. And the Hierophant is your higher self's been calling you to look at things from a different perspective and capital T truths, who do I want to be? And that's right in alignment with this energy of these swords too. It's like, what do I want for myself? What do I believe? What are these small T truths rooted in fear? I don't want to believe that anymore. I'm changing my habits. I'm changing the stories that I'm putting to things. And I'm the story writer and storyteller of my own life. And I'm tired of that story. I'm changing it up. And I feel like that's what you've been doing there, right? So you're funny. Let's see what else we got here. Because then you have four cards that are coming in here. And okay, yeah, this makes sense too. So you got the Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords. So you've been doing a lot of self-reflection, right? Seven of Swords is becoming aware of like our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made us feel, like we've things have been stolen from our life, deceived and betrayed, but it's our thoughts that have done it. And the Page of Swords, here's that, all right, I'm ready to have new stories, and this is what you've been doing here. And I feel like it's been around, love and self worth, because here you've got the other two cards that came with it are the Page of Cups, so a new way of looking at your self-love, the new reflection. You can see him looking in the pond there. And the Ace of Pentacles, really embracing the way that you're looking at your worth in relationship to that outside world. So, the Knight of Pentacles is on the quest for the Ace of Pentacles, right? That's the knight going off after the Holy Grail, right? But then showing that you have found it, you kind of feel like you the quest is not really complete, but you're like, I see it, there it is, and you're going up this long road up to the castle to get this thing that you've been questing after. And so you're feeling like it's in your grasp, it's in your hands, almost like. And then what are these two cards? These feel like stepping stones that help you get here. Yeah. So the Four of Wands is all about joy and celebration, and the Seven of Cups is the emotional confusion that has been there, um, is changing. It's like you've changed your emotional diet. That's funny. I never heard him say that way before. But it is. It's like I'm changing my emotional diet. Instead of eating this lower vibrational stuff that upsets my stomach, I'm eating of joy and celebration and unconditional love and laughter. And with these changes that are coming in here, it's like you're choosing, going, I don't want these stories. Like I don't want to watch these sad stories, these reality TV shows that just bring me down. I'm watching comedies. I'm ready for some happy, happy, happy stuff. And I feel like that's what you've been doing here. And I like this for you. So very much a kudos in a way, like a high five and a recognition of the work that you've done. And you're always with yourself all the time. So sometimes you don't realize how far you've come and what you've done and how much you've accomplished until you really turn around and look back and go, oh my God, I have come a long way. And I feel like you need to know that. Yeah. Because you've been hermiting a little bit with these Nine of Swords and the Nine of Cups, but here's that more swords and thinking. You really have overcome a lot of misunderstandings and clarity around your, what is the dream come true, right? What would make me feel emotionally full and overflowing? And you've looked at these and going, yeah, this old stuff that I was told, it doesn't fulfill me. I'm changing it. And you've been on this journey of releasing these old, conditioning that we get, even old dreams that were given from other people. Because sometimes, when we're young and growing up, this is what you're going to be when you grow up. And you're like, okay, I'll do that. And then you wake up going, oh God, I got to go live my dream today. And that's when you feel that way, that's not your dream, that's someone else's dream. Because otherwise, you wake up early, you're excited, you're just like, I can't wait to start the day when you're living your dream. And I feel like that's important to hear too. And any of the 10 of Wands, Reiki, well, that makes sense here with all this energy that's coming in here. The 10 of Wands is this energy of, you know, be aware of it's harvest on one hand. It's like, yeah, look at how much. And then it's like, all right, but now it's like our to-do lists that feel so heavy. We get to turn them into could do lists. And with this, sorry, my eyelashes was like in front of my eye or my eyebrow. Yeah, there's something that was blocking us, right? But there's like it can become very burdensome. I got so much to do. Oh my gosh. But they're saying here that you can do like this is what I've been saying lately, and I like the way they explain it because we talked a little earlier. The 10 of Wands is three buckets, right? What is important and urgent in one bucket, what is important but not urgent in a second bucket, and then what's urgent, saying that it's urgent but it's unimportant, third bucket. First bucket gets our energy. Once that's done, then we look at the important things and we can that aren't urgent, and we can kind of put those on our calendar, right? These are the things I'm going to do because these are when they will become urgent. And then the urgent things that are not important, if we don't have any energy by that point, we don't invest any in it, and they'll either fizzle out or they'll be taken care of on their own. But it's like really going, in our current culture, especially in the United States, it's all about everything is urgent and everything is important, and you try to do 10 things and you're exhausted. And everything goes, you have like 10 things that go up one space. And you're like, I feel like there's no progress. I feel like I'm doing nothing. And that just takes more of my energy away because I feel like, what is all this? Nothing's going anywhere. It's going very slow. But when we, you know, Third bucket, five things gone. You know, the important but not urgent, three things gone. And you get down to two that are like, okay, these are urgent and important. Now I go all that energy instead of 10 things going up one space, two things go up five spaces. And we're like, woohoo, look at that progress and movement. And that just energizes us more, right? Because we love progress as humans. So I like this energy for you. I feel like a bunch of kudos. And I feel like that's like the big piece of advice is just do like an accountability of your where you're investing your energy and get that planner out or calendar. You don't have to have a planner and just go, okay, this is what I'm going to do when, and these things are not urgent. You can even do three separate lists if you want. And just like, I know for me, I have a little notebook that I just have off to the side of if I have time, I will go do these things. And if it comes in here, I just write it down because for me, my brain, if I don't write things down, my brain is like, I don't want you to forget. Let's just loop all these thousand things on that list and let's just keep looping them over and over and over again because I don't want you to forget. And then when I'm going to sleep, they're like, oh, hey, by the way, don't forget all these thousand things. And they keep looping it where it feels like, after 10 laps, it feels like 10,000 things and 100,000 things. And so, it's like, all right, let me evaluate what's truly important, what's truly urgent, and take a step back to look at that and go, important to me, not to the world. What's important and urgent to me? That's the clarity, right? So that's what they got for you, Holly. I'm excited for you. So hopefully that helps. And yeah, and then they had me just open the middle of the deck to get the Queen of Wands. You are the ruler of your energy. You have a strong connection to spirit. So, when you're wanting to if you're not sure, just go, hey, the eye in the sky you see in the maze. So can you just I'm not sure what I wanna do here. Can you just give me a little snippet of information just to make it a no-brainer? They're like, "Here, okay, thank you," and they'll do that. All right, you are. Thank you again, and many blessings, and enjoy your adventure. All right. So, Jeep, we are to you. So, let's give that some love and a like there. Thank you for your donation. And you like a general for August. All right, let's take a look here. See what we got going on here for August. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. All right. That one and that one. Okay. Those are together here. Those are crossovers. All right. What's this about? It's like 1 times 1 equals 3. On what planet are you from? But I like this. I like it. Let's see. Wait to see here if you had anything else here. Okay, and then your free question we'll grab that later. All right. Hey. All right. So the bottom of the deck, you do have the number 2 High Priestess, and underneath that you have the 2 of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Um, so this 2 is coming in here. This choices. So I feel like in August you have like 2 locations that it looks like you might be traveling in between 2. And this Page of Pentacles is this new opportunity that's opening up. I like this Viking ship in the back, this movement. And so it might be going over water to this other place. I feel like you might be kind of going back and forth. That sounds familiar. Did we mention that already somewhere? But we feel like that's happening here. Yeah, you have the Emperor. So here you are stepping into your power And I know we've gotten that before for you here because I feel like this is a huge period of time for you where you're like, I'm realizing I'm the emperor. You know, you have all these advisors where sometimes, if you've ever seen the movies where the king has all these strong personalities around him and they're like almost bullying him into making him do what they want to do, and they've got the king off kilter, so they're just like, okay, I guess we'll do that. And then they're like suddenly like this you know, wait a minute, this is my kingdom. And then they're, and they stand up and they're like, whoa, okay. I feel like this is the month where you really, all right, this is where you've made your plan and you're stepping forward and you're moving forward. So I like that. I feel like we're going to go to because we had the one times one, we're going to the other one here. Ace of Wands. Yeah. So here's the action, putting the energy forward. A plan without action is just a story. It's not, you know, it's just like, okay, but so it's an important month of taking action here. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. Okay. The little times in the middle that helps you ignite this action is the Knight of Swords. I feel like this is putting a plan together, actually in writing, even on your planner. It's all about writing it out. It's all about getting it organized, transformation and movement of thought and belief. It's like, with that coming in. And we got the Emperor, not the Emperor, the Chariot card, which is the power of choice. And what I like about this is, we as humans, we get so caught up in I don't want to make a wrong choice, right? And because of course, we're taught that growing up, praise and punishment. We're taught there is a right and a wrong because otherwise we'd always get praised and there wouldn't have been no punishment. But punishment there was. So we have these, okay, I don't want to do the wrong thing because I don't want to be punished by some unseen, you know, force that is going to punish us. What's great though with this changing of mindset is what we realize on this from the spiritual side, from creator, from whatever the higher power you believe in is, they don't have, no matter what the humans say, if we have an organized spirituality of any kind, they'll humans get involved. We have rules and praise and punishment. It's the human tainting of the true higher powers will. The humans get involved, we screw it up. We always put rules around it. Um, but from spirit side, there's no right or wrong. There's just different choices with different experiences. There's no judgment. There's no punishment. Their love for us is eternal and unconditional, no matter what humans say. Because the humans again, oh no, they can't do that. There's got to be conditions because humans have conditions, and certainly they do. And they're like, no, they don't. As you get to know Creator and whatever your higher source, it sits right with your soul when you're like unconditional love. You just sit in that and you're like, wow. And then humans get involved and gets noisy, right? But this is about that there's no wrong choice. And so that's what keeps us from making choices is we're fearful making the wrong one. But then there's this transformation that happens when you realize, all right, there's no wrong choice, so I can make whatever choice I want. But sometimes we're so brainwashed growing up about right and wrong and everything else. It's hard for us to get this clarity about what do I want. I used to always go along with everyone else. I had no idea what movies I liked, what food I liked. I didn't have like people like, well, where do you want to go? What's your favorite place to eat? I'm like, I don't know. Let's just go where you want to go. Because I had to try to fit in so much of not want to be punished that I just went along with everyone. Didn't know what kind of movies I liked. Didn't know until I learned later and uh, went to movies by myself to go, oh, I don't like that kind of movie. And I'm like, oh, I like that kind. Going to different restaurants by myself, even just picking up food from it or whatever. And I'm like, oh, wow, I really like that. That's my favorite. And so you learn and redefine yourself in a way. And then you make these decisions like, all right, I know what I want for my life for now. And then and the decisions you make aren't for forever, you know? It's like that's the other thing, right? Well, I don't wanna decide that because if I move there, what if I don't like it? Guess what? You can move again, you know? We don't live in Soviet Russia or North Korea or, you know, China. I know China's probably not as bad as those others, but you cannot move to another district unless you get approval from the powers that be and things like that. So I like that, I feel like you're like this vacation and this, you're having time to think about what I want and what truly I want, and you're trying different things and you're looking into different things. And I feel like, June and July is this research and understanding. But I feel like August is like, all right, because it's like, all right, the emperor knows what I want. I've done all this. I'm putting the energy in. And then let's see what these three cards bring you here. Yeah, I like it. So you got the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. So, it results in you not trying to please everyone else with these 10 of Swords. It's, "I'm gonna do what I wanna do." 7 of Pentacles is a change. Uh, 7 of Pentacles can be the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, but the 7 of Pentacles is also, that the fruit starts to grow and you're like, "Bleh, I don't why did I want kumquats?" You're like, "No, I want avocados because I want guacamole, or potatoes." There was this funny meme. What do you call, like mashed potatoes now? We call it Irish guacamole because they like potatoes. So now I want Irish guacamole or real guacamole. But it's like changing of the fruit of what I'm desiring because we're letting so much of this old conditioning go. And then levers. Boom shakalaka. This is where you head off to this place, and you're destined to meet someone, but following your heart is how you find them, not following the brain. And that's an important thing to it's a good incentive, right? They're dangling your new love of your life is is at the end of your little journey here. So let your heart decide or it's going to be delayed. They're not blackmailing you. They're just encouraging you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Jeep. I like it. And thank you again for your donation. All right. Okay, so that was Jeep. And then we're down here to Brenda. Brenda, thank you so much for your dual donations. So let's jump in here. So your first one, you like a general and love for today. So thank you for your rainbow sticker there and donation. And let's take a look here. Love for today. Not that one and that one. They're very talkative today. Chatty. All right. So love for today feels like it's a day of self-love because you got the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. And, and I like how, and your little children, you got your little eggs here. So your little egglings, your little bunnies. So your chillins, I feel like it's a day of nurturing you and your children regarding love. Let's see what else we got here. That was on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, because you got two fives here. You got the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. So there is some conflicting energy that you're kind of just could use a day to just kind of let things ruminate and reflect on them and go, okay, just to help transform the energy and the thoughts and beliefs and the battle going on between your head and your heart and with whoever if you had any battles with anyone else. But it's like, okay, I'm just going to sit with this and journal, reflect, spend some time with the kids, watching movies, cuddling, whatever. I just feel like it's mama bear day. Just to, feel that love from the children and let them feel your love. And I feel like it's an extra special day for that. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because you got the devil card. So here's the thinking and the rattling, looking at some of your thoughts and beliefs, any of the fears that rattled and came to the surface. The Three of Wands is about you choosing a different direction today. And I like that. So if there was plans, if you had plans with someone, I feel like you might even just like want to change them and just go, you know what? This is my focus today. I just need to chill with my children, chill with the children. and and it gives you time while they're engrossed in the movies or whatever that you're not really interested in, that you can sit there and go, yeah, what is, why does this bother me, and what's at the root of this? Because I feel like with all these fives and this devil card, it is about looking at what's triggering and coming up. But at the same time, I just feel like it's a good day to be in your cocoon with the kids. So what else we have here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I got the Four of Pentacles. It's one of my cards of home. So it kind of feels like this being a homebody. And you're like, I'm always at home. But it's like, but this is an energy of home. Like you're just like bringing your energy field in with you and your kids in there. Yeah, the Sire of Swords, the King of Swords. This is that thinking, thinking, thinking. They roll over all the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So it's a good energy that you're given to really reflect on things. Yeah. And the Nine of Wands, I do feel like there's a barrier that's keeping people away today. I just feel like there's this force field that's kind of just bringing you in and keeping other people away because it's time for yourself here. Yeah. So that's what they have for that one there, Brenda. Okay. And then for your second one, the puppy dog. Thank you for your second donation. And you like a general for the rest of the month. What's coming for you based on current energies? All right. And everybody, just to give a heads up with everybody, I'm going to be on for about 8 minutes more or so. And I have some several donations that I still need to get to. And I can probably grab yours in our praying mantis session up next, if you are going to be there. If not, I'll do it there anyway. That way you can find it fast. And so for the donations, I'll be able to finish Brenda. Then after that, I've got Nova, additional donation, and then Moonlight 5, and then Nova, an additional one there. So just make sure you put your second question there, Nova. Let's see, did you do? Yeah, here's number 6. So just make sure to put that number 7 in there. And then I did have a donation come in PayPal here too. Oh, Maria, hey! How could I miss all the hearts and the flowers and the so Moonlight and then Maria and then Nova. But I will come back after about an hour and a half. I'll spend about an hour with my praying mantis members or so, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'll be back on and I'll prioritize all of the donations I didn't get to. I'll do those first, and of course dive deep into them as per usual, and then I'll complete all the free readings as well. It just might be like an hour and a half or so before I come back on to finish all those out. So I appreciate your patience in me getting to all those. I know it's my last day on until Friday for free reading, so I definitely will make sure I come back on and complete everything out. All right. All right, Brenda. So for the rest of the month of June, what's coming for you based on your current energies? So I wanted that one, then that one, then that one, and I want this one too. So it's like 2 weeks and 2 weeks. Oh, I only got 2 weeks left. All right, we do, don't we? They're like, don't you believe us? And I'm like, well, I just had to check, make sure it's not my mind doing it. But so I feel like you got 2 cards for the next 2 weeks, 2 cards for the weeks after that, and then you've got overall the energy. And I feel like this is at the end of the month, what you're experiencing going into July. So let's take a look here. What's the overall energy on the bottom of the deck? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. So we'll see what all this means. Seven of Pentacles can be the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and there is this kind of patience, watching the grass grow, kind of energy, but there's also this when you start to see some fruit grow, you're like, that's not what I want. Uh, can be there too. Let's see what it is. So next week, you've got the Hanged Man and the Page of Cups. Yeah. So there is this transformation that's happening. It's like being in a cocoon, and the Page of Cups is heightened emotion, heightened self love. And so I do feel like next week is a big transformative week of, I feel like this energy we just talked about in your reading about Mother Nature and Mother Nurture kind of just carries over where you're really prioritizing you and your children and finding like this is love. This is the love I've been looking for within me, with my kids too. And that other love is just above and beyond extra. I can take it or leave it. And I feel like you're prioritizing that relationship this next week. Doesn't mean it's only that, just that you're prioritizing it. And then the week after that, yeah, you got the Six of Wands, which is equal passion and victory. You also have the Temperance card. So here's that patience, again, as things unfold, taking it a day at a time, realizing that things are transforming, things are changing, but it doesn't happen overnight. And I just feel like there's this going with the flow type of energy in the second week, the last week of the month. Let's see what these other cards are that are coming in here. Got the Four of Cups and the Sire of Swords. All right. Yeah. So here's that King of Swords that you just had in your previous reading about some big high level thinking, seeing things from a different perspective. Makes sense with the Four of Cups too, because that's emotional stability, but they're also quite bored with the love that they've experienced in the outside world. And this Ace of Cups is what is offered. Ace of Cups truly is like you got the Page of Cups. You know, we talk about the love of our life, we find inward and upward. It's us. We are the love of our lives. And then the people in the outside world, once we find the love that we're looking for on the inside, then we find that love on the outside. And it mirrors us, right? So as we change and transform this emotion on the inside, then our relationships to our children and to lovers and family and friends, it all changes too, because we are feeling complete and whole, and what people bring us, instead of feeling like it's falling short, it feels like it's full and overflowing. So it just feels like these next couple weeks you're really having a lot of ahas about love, and you're finding a lot of inner love with this too. Beautiful. And then you have the Seven of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. So the Seven of Swords, this is like that King of Swords is allowing you over these next couple of weeks to really feel what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets may have felt like you've stolen opportunities from your life, thieved, deception, right? And the Page of Pentacles is like this realization of these, of your own thoughts, allows this new way of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world with this Page of Pentacles too. And it's really interesting because the Seven of Swords is usually like the liar, deceiver, thief. Beware of someone who's deceiving and showing themselves. But what I find interesting in our lives is when I have deceptive thoughts, then it's reflected in the outside world, and then I find people are deceiving me or lying to me or cheating on me or whatever. But it's because I've asked to be shown it, because I have this fear, this belief in here. The example, what I'm saying here is like when growing up, my mom, between my brother and me, my older brother and me, my dad wandered and cheated on my mom, and So when I was in my mom's womb, I felt her pain of betrayal, and I felt it her entire life. And I had this fear of people cheating, people cheating, people cheating. And so when I had my first relationships, because I ordered that, that's what I got. And when I changed this mindset and I transformed this, then I stopped experiencing that. And I feel like that's an important thing here for you because it allows you to have this freedom, this different way of looking at your own worth because you're not defining yourself by someone else's actions. Some big ahas coming here over these next 2 weeks. Some great reflection. I know it sounds so delicious, doesn't it? You'll enjoy it though. I know you are a big reflector, and it's great because what you learn, you're able to pass on to your children through your, you know, how you live your life, and then how you share that with them too. So I like that. All right, so that's what they have for you, Miss Brenda. Brenda, thank you again so much for your donations, and I appreciate that. All right. Completely mortified. All right. So I shall return. I'm just going to quickly grab here. Let's take a look here. I'm just going to grab screenshots. So as I said, I will come back and complete all the donations first. It'll be about an hour and a half ish. And then and I will complete all the free readings as well. Just make sure I didn't miss anyone here. All right, we'll do it from here. And then when I come back, I will post a comment on the stream video and pin it, and that will be the order in which all the readings were completed, so you can find your reading much more quickly. All right. And I think I got them all. Got you in there. Tortoise Love on the bottom there. Boom. Okay, and I think we're good there. And in the meantime, if you are looking for any other information, we do have the Julys that are out. Those came out yesterday. I think yesterday, or maybe the day before. Recently. Here's the playlist for that. Or if you haven't checked out your June monthlies, here is the link for that. We had a new podcast come out today as well, every Sunday, sometimes Saturdays when bruddaZEN doesn't know how to look at a calendar. So you can catch up on that if you'd like. And then we also had the Cancer season, zodiac Cancer sign season, not like Cancer season. But there's a special bonus reading for all the you Cancer signs. So happy birthday early to you guys. And then for all of us, the rest of us, we have a pick a card for all of it as well. I think that's good for now. Yeah, I think those are good. So you guys can check those out. And there's other free content on my main page too. So thank you for your patience in getting to your readings. I'm so grateful for all the donations and all your love and support and all your thumbs up. It does help me continue to do what I do. And I'm so grateful. And remember, as you're going through each moment of your life, that every second of every day of your life, that you truly are unconditionally and eternally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Hang in there. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. And for those of you waiting for your readings, I'll be back about an hour and a half. So we'll see you soon. Take care. Whoop. All right, let me grab one more. Infinity. The elevator doors were closing and the little umbrella. Just in time. I was just about to hit the close button. So I got you, Infinity. All right, so I'll see you guys soon. You are welcome.